Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23. Welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we are gonna be doing the first video actually for the channel, and the previous one was just a little bit of introduction, a little bit of caricature of myself. So now we are gonna be doing a sketch of one character that some of you may know from One Piece. We're talking about One Piece today. I have an idea about this character called Vista, that it's one of the commanders for Whitebeard crew. So he's the fifth commander, or he was the fifth commander when the war and everything happened. And as you see, I'm gonna be doing a caricature here, starting with the body. And my theory, my idea is that Vista belongs to the Blackbeard crew, and I'm gonna explain why I have this concept. So first of all, the shape of the body, the character itself, and the looks of the villain from like the 20s. We always had this kind of character with long mustache and a big hat like this. That first time I saw him, I thought this guy is gonna be a bad guy, but it turned out that it was good guy. It was a good guy. It was working for Whitebeard and everything. But to be honest, looking at the current situation, I don't think Blackbeard's first mate, that in theory is Shiryu, it can actually compare to Zoro, even if they explain in Impel Down that he was at the same level that Magijan and everything. It gives me the impression that it's not a final fight for Zoro. So we know that in Marineford everyone is fighting, and there's a moment that Vista has an encounter with Mihawk, and obviously you're fighting there, and if you go there with your friends, with your family in this case, because Whitebeard considers everyone like a family there, why would this guy fight Mihawk, that it's on the bad side in this case, and he would say, oh, I think we're not going anywhere in this fight, let's go and fight others, and we will postpone or fight for another time. So this was really weird to me, because for Mihawk, that he went alone, he's a one-man band. He actually doesn't care if Vista, that is super strong, goes around killing marines or defeating marines and everything. So I thought this is, for me, a little bit weird. I've been watching One Piece for almost since the beginning. They started like 20-25 years, and I always see this guy as a villain. So that was the first thing I noticed, that it was really weird for me. At the same time, we had this kind of comments with Zoro. Zoro needs to cut everything, and he's gonna be evolving and everything, and we never seen him cutting Diamond. When he fights with Mr. One, they say, after the battle, he says, oh, after me, are you gonna cut now Diamond? So I think we want Zoro to cut Diamond and cut Kairoseki as well. And what we know at the moment is that the Diamond fruit is with This arm we need to correct a little bit because it's a little bit out of place. We try to, as you see from my previous videos, it's gonna be always a cartoony style, and I'm not going for the realistic, and I'm trying to do, in this case, a little bit like Oda does, and yeah, so to make it my own Vista, to be honest, so not copying Oda's style either. So yeah, so we know that the diamond fruit is with Hosu, that he is the third commander of Whitebeard, and we know as well that the mustache. We know as well that he was defeated, he was heavily wounded, and he lost the arms because Aokiji froze him, and he was in really bad shape at the end of the war. So Blackbeard is hunting the best fruits, and I think Hosu's fruit is one of the best fruits, to be honest. And the shape of this character, if you see the original drawings, is always as well like Hosu, like a diamond shape, and then it goes really small on the legs. And I always thought that this character would be really good with that fruit, because the power that he has, he's a swordsman, he fights with two swords, and we know this because he talks with Mihawk in the war, and Mihawk recognizes him. He says, "Oh, you are Vista," and they actually never fought before. So this is one of those things that needs to happen, and there's no sense for me that Vista will accept to postpone the fight when he knows that you have Mihawk cutting his friends. So I don't think he will allow that if he truly is a member of that crew. Like you have all of the rest fighting to death, basically. It will make sense for me if we talk about this when he's been in the same crew for a very long time. We have seen him in the flashback with Oden, and he's the 5th commander, so he's in really high status there. When they actually fished or recruited, let's say, Blackbeard, when Blackbeard was a kid, he was one of those that he was there at the moment, and it gives me the impression that this is kind of like Doflamingo, that his commander saw the strength and the haki and the everything that he had, and they decided to make him the king. So I think this is something similar to happen with this guy, and we will see. If you see all the drawings, you see that he always has this type of eyebrows, like he's bad, he's gonna be killing the good guys, he's gonna be fighting. And I don't think Mihawk at the moment is the strongest, so he taught everything. He was teaching everything that he knows to Zoro when the time skip, and after that I don't see anymore a fight between them. Maybe a Davy back fight to see who is the strongest, etc. But no something crazy like we would say, oh, these two are gonna kill each other, or they need to defeat each other to be able to evolve, or anything like that. So if you say that Blackbeard takes the fruit, Hosu's fruit, diamond fruit, this guy eats it. This is a big surprise, and then no one is expecting this, and then you have the commanders and everyone that knew him and they were friends of him, like Marco, surprised about this sudden betrayal, but he actually, since the very beginning, if we follow the idea with Doflamingo, he was already on this bad guy side. So I think there's some indications. We want Zoro to cut Diamond. He's not gonna cut Hosu, because Hosu's story is already done. He fought in the war, he defended his family and everything. He's not gonna be fighting again. We know this guy is basically the only one from the five commanders that haven't done anything basically in the story. So most probably they are gonna give him a little bit of story time as well, like they done with the others. And it will make sense to me, for example, now that in Egghead we know that there's this Blackbeard ship waiting, that he appears in Blackbeard's company, etc., or whoever is gonna be there, maybe Lafitte or whoever is gonna be there, and you have this interaction. You have this interaction of him having to be the problem of this saga, having to be the Kuma in Shabondi, because this saga is quite like Shabondi, to be honest. So most of the things are happening the same. So it will be really interesting to see that fight, that Zoro needs to protect someone, because at the moment we can see that Ruchi is not being a problem for him, if you've seen the last episode, and we see as well that Zoro is dealing with one, Luffy is dealing with another one, but depends on what's gonna happen with the Gorosei, Saturn and everything. We will see how the story is gonna go. But to be honest, I think that this guy is gonna show up being Blackbeard first mate since the very beginning, and it's gonna be a surprise for everyone. Everyone is gonna be talking about it, and he's gonna have to fight Zoro. He's gonna be the one who scares Luffy and company out of Egghead, and they're gonna have to leave the area because of this guy, because he's so strong. And this is gonna be the Zoro's final fight. Zoro needs a rival. He couldn't find it in Mihawk anymore because they already work together, and that happened already. So I think we are gonna have this kind of surprise. It will make me very happy, because it's something that I've been thinking for a very long time. I follow my favorite YouTuber regarding One Piece at the moment is Randy Troy, and I'm always following him, but he actually never talk about this topic. Maybe if he manages to see this video at some point, he can give some feedback or some ideas about this theory, because I think it's a really good chance for the type of character, this kind of bad guy with the mustache, with the hat, with everything that he is, and at the same time give more importance to this crew. More, you will have a Blackbeard more, like a little bit more clever if doing these things, because you could see that he's planning this for a very long time, not only when he was more teenager, but when he was very kid, he already started having these plans. Or this guy was, like in the Flamingo story, the one who started kind of wanting him to do things like the Flamingo happened when the Flamingo. And there's a couple of interactions. Sorry about the light and everything. I'm still trying to learn. This is actually my second video, trying to learn how to put this all together so you can have better quality. But for the time being, I think it will work just fine. So Vista is so far the only rival that Miho had in the story, and I think it is very important that that's been flagged, been mentioned, and people is scared of him. They ran away, and he was cutting everyone. He was there the number 2, and Mihawk was the number 1. So we didn't have any kind of hype with Shiryu, seeing him killing people, just a little bit of you know, little bit of guys nameless from Impel Down and things like this. So actually there's not much of the hype. We don't have any other swordsman, I think, in Blackbeard's crew, so we could leave Shiryu for Brook, that we have that swordsman, and Brook is good as well, and it's invisible, and they could fight. Brook could kind of try to find him with the eyes, that Brook fights with eyes, and this guy that is gonna be super fight and strength and diamond and resistance and everything, we need Zoro to fight this one and cut him. So yeah, let me see if I can paint this part. There's many ideas about what Zoro's gonna fight. He's gonna fight this guy. Some people think that 100% sure he will fight Mihawk. That's a road that I think we should have be heading already for a very long time, and you don't see him talking about Mihawk anymore since the time skip. And yeah, so let's paint this side as well. As you see, this cartoony style, I'm not looking for the copy of the character. I made this more a little bit like in my cartoony comic style to see. Yeah, and it's quite a funny character because he's actually, most of the things are kind of blue, and I really like this guy. And as well, that's another important part of my theory. I hope I really like him, so I hope Oda gives him a little bit more of lines. And we have Marco has been doing many things, and then we had Ace as well, second commander. We had Hosu there fighting and showing that he's super strong. So I think we need a little bit of Vista, a little bit of sword fight that we are missing for a very long time. Zoro's fight was really nice with Albert. Albert was king in Kaido Saga. Yeah, but he said it there that he's not a swordsman, so we actually need to find someone, this guy, to fight our swordsman. And yeah, let's make here. We are gonna do this guys here. I'm gonna use a little bit of brown to do the skin because it has more kind of this tone here, and we can do a little bit of. I don't wanna use too much the color because it can be really nice just with a couple of lines like this. I really like the freedom of the traditional design, so you can actually do some remarks with the lines here and there and something like this. And for me, look at that face, for me it's totally evil, so I don't see him actually with Marco and with the rest of the guys just because. Yeah, so we're gonna do as well, because in Spanish he is, I don't remember the name in Japanese, but he is La Espada de la Flor, so he's always with, when he fights, with flowers around like this and everything. So that's gonna be looking really nice there. We're gonna do, we need a little bit darker blue here for the top. And yeah, tell me what you think in the comments, or feel free to reply to this video or say your theory, or what do you think, if it is possible or no, or why this will never happen, or why do you think it's a good idea. And it can be really interesting. As you can see, we have a lot of progress already. We're adding a little bit of color here and there. We're talking about this and that. Yes, so we're almost at the end of the video. So just gonna be saying a little bit of recap. So as some of the fans may know, this is Vista from Whitebeard's crew, and at the moment he is disappeared. We don't know where he went after the war. I think he's the only one of the 5th commanders that we don't know anything about him. We know about Marco, we know about Hosu, about Ace, we know about number 4 was Sachi, the one that Blackbeard killed to get the fruit and everything, but we don't know actually anything about this guy. And Oda, it's always about numbers, and we don't remember, it's not easy to remember after the 5th which one is who, and we know this guy was there since the very beginning. I think he's gonna show up soon in the story, probably in Egghead, and he's gonna have already Hosu, number 3, fruit, diamond fruit. He was the only rival for Mihawk in the Paramount War, and I don't understand how he would stop fighting that duel and leave Mihawk to go on his own to cut his friends, his family, the other Whitebeard pirates. The other way around, it's good because he can say, Mihawk can say, okay, I'm gonna keep cutting people, no problem, I don't have anyone here with me, I don't have any friends, so I don't care, but you are here with your friends. I don't understand, when you are basically the only one who can stop him, because this is the style of fighting and everything. So that moment left me a little bit out of place. I've been a really fan of the series, as I mentioned before, for a very long time, like more than 20 years, almost since the very beginning. And it was a little bit weird for Oda to do something like that. So I think soon we're gonna see a little bit of evolution of this character. And Hosu is out of commission. He lost the hand, both arms, I think, or one arm, fighting in the war. Aokiji froze him, as I said, and I don't think he's gonna have a major role anymore. We want Zoro definitely to cut Diamond, and this could be a really interesting game for him. And we want as well Zoro to cut Kairoseki, but I don't think it's gonna be a Kairoseki fruit, to be honest. But this may be really interesting. Shiryu, I don't think that he's at Zoro's level. We can say more that he's really good swordsman. He can fight, being invisible, Brook, and Brook could have a really good fight, trying to find him with his eyes, and yeah, but I don't think Shiryu would be a Zoro fight. So saying those things, this one we made it gold, but it's actually a little bit more bluish, if I remember correct, like this, like elegant sword, and as well 2 swords to fight our guy with 3 swords, so that can be a very interesting turn of events. And let's use a little bit of purple as well for the cape, the inside of the cape, because as well purple in many stories is depicted for a bad character. And if you see Disney movies and things like this, we always have greens and purples for the bad guys, and this is not a coincidence. Oda is not doing many coincidences. He plans everything, and we have this guy since the very beginning. And in the story, even if he wasn't together with Blackbeard in Mocktown, in Bellamy Saga and all of this, but this is kind of, he's doing his own thing the whole time, and it's gonna be really interesting, I think. I think we're gonna finish the video for today. We got a little bit of grass here, like some details, and we're gonna do some bits and pieces here. Yeah, we're gonna make this pop a little bit, doing a second line, because we've been working a little bit with the colors here, and it's always nice and beautiful to see this thing come back to life there. And yeah, as I said, let me know in the comments, or send this video to your friends or to your One Piece theorists and see what they think. As I said, I have Randy Troy as my favorite at the moment. I haven't seen him talking about this. Go and check out his channel. I'm really happy for him, for the projects that he's gonna be doing soon with the live action and everything. But let's see if this video reaches out to him. He can feel free to comment about it and everything. And yeah, I have many other theories that I will be probably posting slowly about other characters, but this is kind of the one that I wanted to start the channel and give a little bit more of importance, because I think it's gonna happen soon. There is Vista, number 1, first mate of Blackbeard. There we go. A little bit of bravado. We're gonna give him some bravado here with the hair on the chest. And a little bit more of darkness in the eyes, because he's Blackbeard. Strongest guy. Thank you very much for watching. This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and welcome to the Man Dragon's Cave. We're gonna be posting more stuff soon. I hope you liked the video, and let's sign here on the side. And I think this is the theme for today. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoy the drawing. You can put some requests as well about other characters, and slowly I will get there, and I will do many other ideas. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you. Bye.